When it comes to lesson planning taking forever, you may fall into two different camps. The first camp says, I am just going to make all of this myself, which ends up taking a long time. The second camp says, I am going to find resources online on how to teach this thing in a fun and engaging way, and that also takes a long time. A lot of times you'll find stuff that's kind of close to what you're wanting to teach, but not exactly. And then you find a PDF that looks great, but you got to make some changes. And so you copy it and paste it into a Google Doc, and then it looks terrible. And then you spend an hour and 15 minutes trying to format it to make it look readable and usable. And then you just wonder if you should have just made something from scratch to start with. There is one place that I have found to be one of the best investments of time for the amount of value that I get back, and that's Facebook groups. Hello, ladies and gents, my name is Tom, and if you are new here, this channel is all about helping middle school STEM teachers design an engaging classroom experience for their students and a fulfilling teaching experience for themselves. There's a Facebook group for everything. There is a Facebook group for singles who scuba. There's a Facebook group for things found in walls. And of course, there are super niche Facebook groups for teachers as well. The reason I like Facebook groups more so than really any other social media is the opportunity to contextualize the thing that you are looking for. You are not trying to find just the right mix of words to search, but instead you're saying, this is my situation, this is what I'm trying to teach, these are my resources, does anyone have any ideas? And there are people on the other side of that.
But Tom, there's people on the other side of Twitter too.
There are, but if you don't have a big following, not many people will see it. When you use a hashtag, maybe if someone picks it up and retweets it and then shares it with their audience, you'll get some responses, or if you join a certain Twitter chat. But I've just found more of my tweets requesting help going unanswered on Twitter than I do in Facebook groups. I'm teaching physical science for the first time this year, and I joined a couple physical science groups. One was just people teaching science remotely, and the other one was middle school science teachers. And at the beginning of the year, I asked for a couple of resources. A couple teachers shared their entire physical science Google Drive folders that now that's the first place I look when I'm starting a new unit and saying, oh, what did that teacher do for this? And I'll customize what they have and then fill in the gaps from there. Instagram is another place that teachers are hanging out, and I'm on Instagram. I post a lot of stuff on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Gibson Education. But I have found Instagram to be a little bit more salesy, people promoting their TPT stores and things like that. Whereas a Facebook group feels a little bit more like a community, people more freely sharing ideas and resources. Most good groups aren't really filled with people trying to peddle their products. And another thing with Instagram is that there isn't clickable links. And so, yeah, you can have like the link in the bio and everything, but it's just when I'm doing lesson planning, I'm generally not like doing it on my phone. I'm doing it on my computer. And so like when I've found really good stuff on Instagram, I end up sharing that post and then emailing that resource to my school email account. So that way when I am doing my lesson plans and I've got my email up, I'm gonna, oh yeah, let me go to that account, and now let me go to that teacher's link in the bio, and then let me go to the place that she said that she had this resource. And so it's just a lot more cumbersome to actually get the resource that you're looking for on Instagram, even though there is some good stuff out there.
What about Pinterest, Tom?
Pinterest is a search engine. I know a lot of teachers love it. I just never really found what I was looking for, because sometimes it would take me to a TPT store, sometimes it would take me to a blog, sometimes it would take me to an advert. I just didn't know what I was even getting when I was clicking on these little images that pop up. So, but if you have found Pinterest to be super helpful, then your experience is different than mine, so that means you're wrong. There are downsides to Facebook groups. There are times that I have posted things online and I have not gotten an answer, even though it was a really big group and lots of activity. On the other side, sometimes you post to a big group with lots of people and you get an overwhelming amount of answers. You get 80 responses and 60 of them are saying the exact same thing because people see it and they're excited because they have an idea, and they don't realize that 59 other people have already recommended that resource or that idea. So it can feel like a lot. And there is the opportunity that you'll either get bad advice or you'll ask a question on how to do something, and then you may face criticism for doing that in the first place. I had posted something about wanting to find activities for students to do when they finish working on an assignment, and several of the comments were just like, why give them anything? If I was a kid, I wouldn't want to get my work done because then I'm just gonna be punished by more work. Okay, yes, I get it. I'm gonna reflect on my practice now, but that's not helpful. So while it has its downsides, I think the upside is really just getting a chance to get some really tangible insights and resources from the very people in the exact same situation as you. It's like walking into a teacher's lounge and everybody everybody there teaches the same grade and the same content area from around the world. Being able to tap so easily into that collective wisdom, even though you don't have a big following or you're not joining some Twitter chat at 8 o'clock at night when you want to be hanging out with your family, gives you access to so many more resources. So a couple things to look for when you're looking for Facebook groups. I would try a variety of search results from middle school math to high school English, or even ninth grade literature, elementary school science teachers. There's Facebook groups for specific apps. If you really love using Flipgrid or Minecraft, there's groups for teachers that are using those tools in their classrooms. When you're searching, I'm not so concerned about the size of the group as much as I am the activity of the group. So you can see how many posts they have per day. I think having more than 10 posts per day is a pretty active group, but if it's like 2 posts per week, you're probably not gonna get as timely of a response, if you even get a response at all. And so I didn't mention YouTube as a resource, but of course I love YouTube as a resource, and there's a resource right there if you want to learn how to do a math TikTok project in your class. It works whether you are in person, hybrid, or remote, and you can click on that video right there. My name is Thom Gibson. I hope you learned something today that'll help you design an engaging classroom experience for your students and a fulfilling teaching experience for yourself, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.